In Apple's disclaimer finale, viewers finally learn the harrowing truth of what really happened between Catherine and Jonathan in Italy. The disturbing reveal sheds light on a chilling event, where Jonathan brutally assaulted Catherine in an attack that redefines the narrative around her. This twist in disclaimer shows just how far Jonathan's character deviates from Nancy's portrayal in The Perfect Stranger, where he appears as a misunderstood victim of Catherine's supposed advances. Catherine's account, however, starkly contrasts this version, detailing a horrifying night where Jonathan not only broke into her room uninvited, but also held her at knife point, forcing her into hours of dehumanizing violence. She was made to pose and smile for photos, enduring constant threats toward her and Nicholas, leaving a lasting scar of trauma. This moment is shocking, yet in retrospect, the clues were there all along. Disclaimer opens each episode with a warning about sexual violence, setting an ominous tone that doesn't fully materialize until the final episode. The content warnings feel loaded with foreshadowing, especially once viewers look back with this new understanding of Catherine's story. Additionally, there's Catherine's reaction when confronted with old photos by Robert, an uncomfortable, visceral response that hints at something far darker than a past affair. These subtle details, peppered throughout, start to make sense once Catherine's story is told. Nancy's novel, The Perfect Stranger, reveals itself to be a highly unreliable version of events. Written solely from Nancy's limited understanding, it likely twists or outright ignores the real trauma Catherine suffered. The book casts Catherine in a dubious light, which doesn't align with the strong, accomplished woman we see in the present timeline. By episode 6, as fragments of Catherine's past and the truth about Sasha come to light, Nancy's skewed perspective in The Perfect Stranger becomes evident, unraveling the validity of her story and revealing the dangers of her denial. Denial, in fact, is central to how both Nancy and Stephen cope with these revelations. For Nancy, her denial shapes her motivation to write The Perfect Stranger, crafting a version of the truth that she can bear. Stephen, however, has a harder time coming to terms with the truth. Facing the fact that his own son is capable of such cruelty is a truth he can hardly stomach. Even after hearing Catherine's heartbreaking account, Stephen wrestles with his emotions, returning to the hospital where he once again contemplates ending Nicholas's life. The complex mix of hatred, bitterness, and self-loathing nearly blinds him to the reality Catherine shared. Yet, in a crucial moment, as he hears Nicholas cry out for his mother, Stephen is reminded of the child he once cherished. This sound acts as a catalyst, forcing him to confront the horrifying transformation in Jonathan and see his son for who he truly was, shattering the comforting illusion he had clung to. What did you think of this twist and the complex web of denial and realization surrounding Catherine's story? Let's talk about it in the comments. Do you believe Stephen's reaction was justified? Or do you think he should have taken a different path? And how do you feel about the role denial plays in how Nancy, Stephen, and Catherine experienced their shared history?